on Sports Central tonight. Bad signs. Tom Banton's clinical half-century and breathless Harry Brook cameo gives England an unaccessible 2-0 lead over Sri Lanka and leave the home side with the problem of plenty ahead of the start of the T20 World Cup next weekend.
Curran clears the ropes. England get what they need, which is a second consecutive victory in the series. They lead the series 2-0. They have
more tension. Pakistan announced that it would boycott its February 15th T20 World Cup match against arch rivals India in Colombo after the government approves the team's participation in the tournament. Clean sweep. Babar Azam regains fluency and hit a confidence-boosting half-century as ruthless Pakistan wrap up a 3-0 sweep of the T20I series and ensure Australia will enter the T20 World Cup in disarray. And career Grand Slam. Carlos Alcaraz defeat 24-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic to claim his first Australian Open title and become the youngest man to win all four majors in tennis.
6-3, 7-5.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to Sports Central right here on other Derana news channel. Well, starting this week, definitely our rundown is action-packed with updates from the weekend and also what to look forward for this week. And we begin today's updates with the England tour of Sri Lanka. Tom Banton's clinical half-century and breathless Harry Brook cameo gave England an unaccessible 2-0 lead over Sri Lanka and left them with the problem of plenty ahead of the start of the T20 World Cup next weekend. Now, Sri Lanka's top-order performance was something to highlight, but at the end of the day, it was not good enough to keep the visitors away from the win. Pathum Nissanka got Sri Lanka off to a lively start, hitting Karan for 3 consecutive boundaries in the first over before flicking Jofra Archer for a 6.
That's helped over the top and doesn't quite make. Oh, that's beautifully played.
Nissanka went on to realize the power play well and he scored 34 runs off 22 balls before chopping Archer onto his own stumps.
A slog sweep. Well, Archer strikes. He drags it on.
Sri Lanka managed 58 for 1 wicket in the power play and Kusal Mendis took over from Pathum Nissanka, dragging Adil Rashid through mid-wicket for back-to-back fours and using his paddle sweep to get Liam Dawson away.
13 deliveries. He sweeps it fine and gets 4.
Kamil Mishara also showcased some skillful shots but could not score as freely and picked up long on 36 when he tried to launch jacks for a 6.
Yeah, he stripped that. Mid-on, takes it. Well judged.
It was thanks to Pawan Ratnayaka that Sri Lanka's innings did not completely fade away. He added some crucial runs in the death for the home team and scored 40 runs off 22 balls.
Oh, lucky. He'll take it. And he'll get a boundary. Not where he wanted it to go.
When Jofra Archer captured the wicket of Pawan Ratnayaka, it was up to Charita Asalanka and Janit Lienage to give the finishing touches. However, even though Sri Lanka eyed 200 plus runs in the start, with England capitalising on their bowlers in the death limited Sri Lanka to 189 runs at the end of the later 20 overs, losing 5 wickets. Sri Lanka defending the target had some life when Phil Salt was dismissed in the first over itself by Matisha Patirana.
Ball actually ironically does the damage.
Then Jacob Bethel was also sent back in the power play and it was not looking good for England. But skipper Harry Brook and Tom Banton got together and slightly kept the scoreboard ticking before rain came and halted the play.
They've got 10 runs.
Unfortunately, we have a little bit of rain, which is not what we want to see.
They were set a stiff DLS adjusted equation of 111 more runs off the last 9.4 overs when the weather cleared. But Banton's 54 not out of 29 balls, his first England 15 in 4 years, and Brooks' 36 off 12 saw them home with 2 balls unused.
Onside. Up in the air, England will finish this in style. Sam Curran clears the ropes. England get what they need, which is a second consecutive victory in the series. They lead the series 2-0. They have the series in the bag with still that one more game to come in 2 nights' time. But a very, very impressive performance. Once the rain had intervened, the game changed. just have a quick look at the final shot of the game from Sam Curran, who latched onto that beautifully. So he's actually finished both games on a high. He's had his problems with the new ball. It was expensive again today with the ball in just 2 overs, but a hat-trick to finish off the game.
Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's fast bowler Ishan Malinga, who sustained an injury to his left shoulder, will not be available for the selection for the third T20 international against England to be played in Pallekele tomorrow. Malinga suffered a shoulder dislocation while bowling during the second T20 international. He was to return to Colombo today to undergo an MRI scan to assess the extent of the injury and determine the next course of action. However, it is reported the young fast bowler, who featured in the 2025 Indian Premier League as well, might be out of action for 6 weeks. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan cricket selection panel today confirmed the 15-member squad for the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. The squad will be captained by Dasun Shanaka, and the rest of the members are Pathum Nissanka, Kamil Mishara, Kusal Mendes, Kamil Mendes, Kusal Janit Pereira, Charit Asalanka, Janit Lenage, Pawan Ratnayaka, Vanidu Hazaranga, Dunit Vellarage, Mahish Tikshana, Dushmanta Chamira, Matisha Patirana and Ishan Malinga. Moving on to school cricket now, a solid 4th wicket stand of 237 runs by Tisanga Semith and Mihisara Oshan helped Lyceum International School Vattala to record a first innings win against Sahara College Colombo in the Under-19 two-day tournament in Maradana over the weekend. Let's take a look. After being put into bat first, Lyceum Vattala top order batters scored 72 runs in just 5.4 overs, with Danidu Navaratna hitting 53 runs off just 24 balls with 6 sixes and 2 fours, but they lost 3 wickets. Then Tisanga Semith and Mihisara Oshan added 237 runs for the 4th wicket. Tisanga struck 143 runs and his marathon knock included 24s and 2 maximums. Mihisara made 87. Jelon Gamage hit a quick-fire 67 off 36 balls with 6 sixes and 2 fours. Lyceum Vattala totaled 403 for 7 in their first innings. In reply, Sahara College made 202 for 8 in their quota of 80 overs, conceding the first innings win for the visitors. Mohammad Masood remained unbeaten on 54 not out. In bowling, Sadil Dias, Chamidu Vijayaratna, Tarusha Ranasinghe bagged 2 wickets each. At stumps on day 2, Lyceum International School Vattala were on 212 for 7 in their second innings. Jelon Gamage hit 102 runs off 78 balls with 7 fours and 6 massive sixes. Tisanga Semith made 36 runs and Tarusha Nawode bagged 3 wickets for 36 runs. Meanwhile, at the BRC grounds, Trinity College posted an outright win against Lumbini College in their Under-19 two-day encounter. Batting first, Lumbini were bowled out for 102 runs in their first innings. Khanil Kanthani bagged 2 wickets while Dinal Fernando captured 3 wickets. In reply, Trinity totaled 228 for 5 before declaring their first innings. Mahendra Besingha top scored with 79 runs while Praveen Rukunayaka scored an unbeaten 55. Thisum Sasmith bagged 3 wickets for 31. Lumini College bowled out for 195 runs in their second innings. Pasindu Mahisha top scored with 52 while Kanil Kanthani was the pick of the Trinity bowlers with 4 wickets. Needing 70 runs to win, Trinity reached the target losing just 3 wickets. Heading into domestic rugby updates now, Air Force Sports Club, Havelock Sports Club and Police Sports Club won their respective inter-club rugby encounters over the weekend. Meanwhile, the Cup segment match between CHNFC and defending champions Kandy Sports Club ended in a draw at the Racecourse grounds in Colombo. With that, let's take a look at the action. The inter-club plate segment rugby encounter between Air Force Sports Club and Navy Sports Club was played at Valisara, where the Airmen posted a dominant 6-1-24 win. The winners swelled their total through 9 tries, of which 8 tries were converted, while the Sailors collected their 24 points by 3 converted tries and a penalty. At limits, the Airmen were leading 28-10. Meanwhile, the Cup segment encounter between Havelock Sports Club and CRNFC was played at the Havelock Park. CR, the table leaders in the league phase of the 2025-26 tournament, suffered a shocking defeat and the scoreline was 28-14. The Heavies, who played their game with more determination with flair of defense and attack, swelled the score with 4 converted tries, while the Red Shirts were able to collect only 2 converted tries. At the breather, the scoreline was 14 all. Meanwhile, at the Army grounds in Panagoda, Police Sports Club recorded a dominant 29-14 win against Army Sports Club in a plate segment encounter. Police recorded 5 tries and 2 of which were converted, while the home team was able to collect only 2 converted tries. However, at the half-time, Army Sports Club was leading 14-10. In the second half, the home team failed to disturb the scoreline, but the policemen scored 2 converted tries and a try to quell the Army threat. And concluding the week, defending champions Kandy Sports Club held on to a 34-all draw by CHNFC at their Cup segment inter-club rugby encounter at the Racecourse grounds yesterday. Both teams played superbly and ensured the spectators were given a performance to be remembered. Kandy swelled their points through 4 converted tries and 2 penalties, while CH scored 3 converted tries, 2 tries and a penalty. At halftime, the scoreline was 19-17 in favour of CHNFC. We're heading into a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. More sporty action coming right after this. You're watching Sports Central on Ada Derana News Channel. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Ada Derana News Channel. It's time to give you some growing updates coming in from the T20 World Cup. Pakistan said it would boycott its February 15th T20 World Cup match against arch rivals India in Colombo after the government approved the team's participation in the tournament. The government stated on its official X account that while approval had been granted to take part in the ICC T20 World Cup, the team would not take the field for the match against India without giving reasons. It was reported that Pakistan, who are scheduled to play all their matches in Sri Lanka, would forfeit 2 points by skipping the game. There was no clarity on what would happen if the two teams met in the knockout stages. Officials noted that bilateral cricket between the two nuclear-armed neighbours remained suspended following last year's military conflict. They added that strained relations had earlier prompted the ICC to allow the teams to play at neutral venues during global events. Pakistan, the 2009 champions, had earlier announced their squad for the 20-team tournament starting on the 7th of February. They had said their participation was subject to government approval. The decision to boycott the India match was described as a major blow to the tournament. An India-Pakistan clash is considered cricket's biggest draw, which is why the teams are grouped together in ICC events. The ICC said it was awaiting official communication from the Pakistan Cricket Board regarding what it terms selective participation. The Dubai-based body added that while it respected government's role in national policy matters, the decision was not in the best interest of the global game or fans worldwide, including those in Pakistan. It urged the PCB to consider the long-term implications for cricket in the country. The ICC warned that the move could impact the global cricket ecosystem, and the governing body emphasized that its priority was the successful delivery of the Men's T20 World Cup. It expressed hope that the PCB would seek a mutually acceptable solution that protected the interest of all stakeholders. It was recalled that geopolitical tensions had previously affected the tournament. Bangladesh were replaced by Scotland after refusing to travel to India over safety concerns as well. These tensions were evident during last year's Asia Cup in Dubai when India beat Pakistan 3 times in the tournament, including the final. It was reported that India later declined to shake hands with their opponents, and they also refused to accept the trophy from the Asian Cricket Council chief Mohsin Naqvi, who is also the Pakistan Interior Minister. Updates from the Pakistan tour of Australia now. Babar Azam regained fluency and hit a confidence-boosting half-century as ruthless Pakistan wrapped up a 3-0 sweep of the T20I series and ensured Australia will enter the T20 World Cup in disarray. The teams will arrive at the showpiece event in contrasting form after Pakistan completed the finishing touches of one-sided series with a comprehensive 111-run victory at Lahore. It was no surprise that captain Salman Agha chose to bat first after the coin again fell in his favour and recalled opener Fakhar Zaman to set the tone with a fast start.
Goes again. This time cleaner, this time better.
But Fakhar holed out in the second over, and for the 5th straight T20I he failed to get past 10 runs.
And he's been removed.
There was no firm concern for Agha, who whacked a first ball boundary before being deceived by a slower ball from bent washes in the 4th over. All eyes were on under-pressure Babar Azam, who was struggling in the first 2 games on the back of the lackluster BPL. Babar Azam got together with Saim Ayub, who is in recent top form, to create a stable stand for the 3rd wicket. Ayub scored a half-century, hitting 56 runs in 37 balls, where he hit 4 boundaries and 2 maximums.
Past the 2 men in the ring on the offside, that's gone and hit the fence very quickly.
But after Saim Ayub fell in the 12th over, Babar lost momentum and struggled to hit boundaries in the back end. But Pakistan were not slowed, with Shadab Khan smashing 46 runs off 19 balls to ensure they racked up the biggest total of the series. Babar Azam remained not out on 50 runs off 36 balls, and Pakistan totaled 207 runs, losing 6 wickets.
Is hit hard. Babar Azam has ran the first one well. No, he slips. And so
chasing 208 runs, Australia's slim hopes were basically over when they crashed to 16 runs for 3 wickets in the 3rd over.
Hits the timber, Shaheen Shah Afridi, first over, strikes yet again. This time it is floated up, Babar Azam. He has been phenomenal. Bowled him! The ramp shot doesn't work. And Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Australia curiously selected opener Matthew Short, all-rounder Mitchell Lavan and wicketkeeper Josh Philippe, none of whom are part of their World Cup squad. While spin had flummoxed Australia in the opening 2 matches, returning quick Shaheen Shah Afridi set the tone with a couple of early wickets.
Once again, placement immaculate. Cameron Green picks up another boundary.
Bowman. That's a classic left-armer dismissal. Wide of the crease, created a bit of angle, had the bat.
Then left-arm spinner Mohammad Nawaz did the rest with 5 wickets for 18 runs in his 4 overs, as Australia lasted just 16.5 overs.
In this game, picks up a very, very good catch, running in, sliding.
With that, the visitors were bowled out for just 96 runs, giving the home side a 3-0 clean sweep in the T20I series of the tour.
Fakhar Zaman at
For 9, and that does mean Pakistan registered a 3-0 series victory against Australia.
Zampa, he hasn't come out to bat, so that is it. Pakistan.
Final updates coming from the Rotlev Arena. Carlos Alcaraz played dream record to Novak Djokovic again as he floored the record-chasing Serb 2-6, 6-2, 6-3 and 7-5 for a first Australian Open title and become the youngest man to win all 4 major Grand Slams. Denying Djokovic an unprecedented 25th Grand Slam title, the 22-year-old Spaniard celebrated his 7th at a frenzied Rotlev Arena, where he lost to the same man in last year's quarterfinals. Don Budge's record as the youngest career Grand Slam winner stood for nearly 88 years since winning the 1938 French Open 2 days before his 23rd birthday. Alcaraz's milestone may also last generations, having been achieved by one of the most devastating talents the game has seen. Djokovic felt the full brunt of it as Alcaraz shrugged off an edgy start and ran the Serb into the ground while compatriot Rafa Nadal beamed from the front row.
Alcaraz, 6-2.
Breaking the 10 times champion twice in each of the second and third sets to nudge in front, Alcaraz captured the decisive break at 6-5 in the fourth, claiming the contest on the first match point when Djokovic hit long.
7-match Alcaraz. 2-6, 6-2, 6-3, 7-5.
My team over there in that in that corner, it's I think nobody knows how hard I've been working in the to get this trophy. I just chased this moment so much appreciation that it was a little bit roller coaster emotionally, and we went through not hearing anything about what the people were saying before coming to Australia, and we just did the right work. You were pushing me every day to do all the right things. So I gotta say I'm just really grateful for everyone I have in the corner right now, and then just as I said, this trophy is always it's always yours.
I think 21st year, maybe 22nd year coming to Australia. Honestly, I always believe in myself, and I think that is something that is truly needed and necessary when you're playing at this level against incredible players like Carlos and Yannick, obviously last 3 days. But I must be very honest and say that I didn't think that I would be standing in a closing ceremony of a Grand Slam once again. So I think I owe you the gratitude as well for pushing me forward throughout the last couple of weeks. And God knows what happens tomorrow, let alone in 6 months or 12 months. So it has been a great ride. I love you guys.
We're heading into a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. More sporty action coming right after this. You're watching Sports Central on Ada Derana News Channel. Welcome back to Sports Central right here on Ada Derana News Channel. Speaking ahead of the 2026 Milano Cortina Winter Games, IOC President Christy Coventry said that despite distractions in the build-up, the true magic of the Olympic comes alive once the opening ceremony begins and the athletes start competing. Now, she added these comments amid hundreds of Italians protesting in Milan over the involvement of the US Immigration and Customs Enforcement staff in supporting the US delegation at the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics, and also the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic chief Cassie Wasserman's mentions in the new files related to late financial and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
afternoon, everybody. You know, I think anything that is distracting from these games is sad, right? But we've learned over the many years, and I look at these gentlemen next to me. There's always been something that has taken the leading up to the games, whether it has been communities, whether it's been Zika, COVID. There has always been something. But what is keeping my faith alive is that when that opening ceremony happens and those athletes start competing, suddenly the world remembers the magic and the spirit that the games have, and they get to suddenly remember what's actually important, and they get to be inspired. And so we're really looking forward to that.
Meanwhile, athletes from around the world were arriving at the Olympic Village yesterday ahead of the Milano Cortina Winter Games. The village in Milan has around 1,700 beds and offer a wide range of facilities for the athletes during the games, including a gym, wellness area and even a gaming area. Developed on a former railway yard as a part of a broader revamp of the area, the village will be turned into a student housing after the Olympics, which Milan and the town of Cortina d'Ampezzo, one of Italy's most famous ski resorts, will co-host the Winter Games from the 6th of February to the 22nd. And with that, we conclude our first bulletin for this week right here on Ada Derana Sports Central. We value your feedback, so don't forget to send it by email at feedback.atncenglish@derana.lk or via WhatsApp at 07680579333. Amasha Fernando is standing by next on World News Tonight, and with that, I'm wishing you a very good night.